Hallo zusammen, I'm your Vlog Dave. In today's video I want to talk about why German is a very creative language. There are a couple of reasons for that, and I want to talk about one specific reason, so let's begin. So from seeing and reading the video's title, you might say, well, that's a déjà vu, isn't it? There is a video called Why German is Scary by my good friend Get Germanized, and I got inspired by that title to do something similar. And he said, well, yeah, go for it. So I'm gonna do a little video series on different facets of the German language, you could say, different aspects to it. And today I want to talk about why German is a creative language. Well, obviously I could name a couple of things, because, well, the German language is awesome, isn't it? But I want to focus on one thing in particular, and this is compound words. Das Kompositum Singular, die Komposita Plural. Of course, having compound words in a language isn't something that's just limited to German, for instance, but it's both a frequent thing you can find in German, and it's also a popular thing because it's used so often. Compound words usually tend to be combinations of at least two nouns, das Substantiv Singular, die Substantive Plural. Often the meanings of the respective single parts are added up to a whole new meaning, a combined meaning, so to speak. For instance, in der Fußboden, the floor, ground you're supposed to walk on with your feet. This compositum, this compound word, consists of the two nouns der Fuß, the foot, and der Boden, the floor or ground, both in singular. Sometimes you have a compound word like das Rotkehlchen, which refers to a robin, meaning the bird. More specifically, it refers to a body characteristic of a robin. Because, well, it does look kinda red. Partially. This compound word consists of the adjective rot, the German term for the color red, and das Kehlchen, the minimized form of die Kehle. Another reason why the German language can be really creative is coming up with occasionally used words that are understood by everyone, although they are just really fresh creations and people haven't heard of them before, most probably. In German studies or German linguistics, we call those words Okkasionalismen, der Okkasionalismus Singular, die Okkasionalismen Plural. And as you can see, the word is kinda similar to the English term occasionally. There might be a reason for that. So let's take a look at a highly abstract word. Die Wandfliesenanordnung. What the? The order of wall tiles. On a wall, that is. A geographical element, for instance, some circles, some squares and all that combined. Then you have a specific order of wall. Then you have a specific order of wall tiles. Wandfliesen. Of course, you could also phrase around it and say, well, the tiles on the wall basically look like a geographic figure, for instance. I don't know, something like that. But you could also come up with a single word for that, at least in German. So, although this one is by no means a commonly used term, and it's not an official word you can find in a German dictionary, for instance, most Germans will be able to understand it immediately, because you can get the whole meaning by reconstructing the single different parts and, well, their meaning. Actually, die Wandfliesenanordnung is another example of a compound word. It consists of die Wand, die Fliesen, being the plural term here, and die Anordnung. You can make it up from the top of your head and then it's there, and it can still be understood, you know, even if it's just used once. And that's awesome. But obviously it also depends on the person and on the person's background. For instance, a person that hears the term das Rotkehlchen for the first time wouldn't know it's the German word for robin, for the bird, because how should you know that? You know, you have to have some context, you have to have some background information to get that and to understand, to comprehend that even. But then again, that's also part of the fun, I think. There are many more aspects one could mention here. But what do you think about this? Do you consider German a creative language too? And are there similar mechanisms in your language? Tell me in the comments down below. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you wanna support me and this channel, leave a like, share this video with other people, and don't hesitate to subscribe. You can also support me on the crowdfunding page Patreon. That really helps a lot and makes this channel possible. I'm your Vlog Dave, tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.